Welcome to another video episode on my Arduino Mega2560 in combination with some electronics and a little bit of fischertechnik. In this series I am not programming in C but in Octave, a mathematical programming language which enables some data acquisition, and it sends a signal by pulses modulation towards the circuit, and the idea is that by means of the switch you get some stuff on the oscilloscope, hence the probes, but also some voltage backlash from the inductor based part of the circuit. And there have been some problems lately. One of the problems is that the signal acquisition has not been too good. If you look at pressing a switch and then see that on the oscilloscope there's a continuous signal, which is excellent, but on the side of the data acquisition in Octave you don't see that same signal. Then there's something wrong. Then the algorithm goes increasing the signal and then decreasing the signal. In two occasions you sample the signal, and on two different occasions you say, okay, this is not going to work apparently because I get no signal, and then you get the signal, which is strange. So what I've decided to do is, with these two wires, late additions, to read the voltage. The voltage given by this part of the circuit with the inductor, etc. A voltage that is being read, as far as I understand, in millivolts. So you get instead of the 5 volts or 3.3 volts that are lifted from here, you get some value that you have to work with, but even then the value is not consistent. So all kinds of very strange things. Now let me run the program, and by using Octave instead of AVRC, the Arduino has gone from non-volatile to volatile memory. So once I pull this plug, it's gone from memory. With an ordinary Arduino, which it used to be, that's not the case. Anyway, I press F5, and then I will have to press the switch, and you see these two LEDs. This is ordinarily from the circuit, and this is coming back to the circuit, which is not entirely as I want it. Yeah, it burns. And then I'll have to keep this LED in mind, because yes, that is the return. A flash of the red LED says I'm alright, I do it again. And that's the way it should be. So now let's see on the side of computer. I'm now in my third iteration. Should be good. What's the data? Let's take a look. After I cancel it, of course. because otherwise data goes on. Alright, so now let's take a look at the coder. This is the very start. Then here it reads it nicely, which is good. And here, by any chance, it reads the second one nicely as well. Doesn't happen too often. Forward. Then once again it's okay. And here, and you have seen that I did not release the switch. It's not okay. Also, what's with the voltage? Oh, here, look at here. And then for the schematics here. So this is where I'm reading. Analog voltage. This is analog. This is analog. And these are the digital signals. A0, A1. A0 and A1, they are different. And how are they different after that? Forward. Wait. Okay, this is the first. So 469 versus 4502. And then here it's okay again, which is also illogical. Forward. So while holding the switch, this gets suddenly 1023. Well, the former voltage was 502, which is double. Does it make sense? None whatsoever. And here 502 and 1022. It just doesn't make sense. So the weird thing is that this is very okay, not okay. And the voltage, why is that voltage changing? It really doesn't make sense. Where's the voltage coming from anyway? Well, for that, let's see here. The point is, of course, here is it has to come from here, and then also from here. Do I have a probe on this side for the inductor? That's a very nice question. Let's see here. This is slightly better. Where do I want to measure? Oh, wait. I am not even measuring there. I should be measuring here, which I'm not. So this is the purple probe. Purple probe is right here, 5 volts. Alright, now measuring this blank wire. Has nothing, is absolutely nothing. And this is 5 volts, which is, by the way, coming through the resistor. Which makes me wonder, what is the voltage? Right here, 5 volts, no surprise there. So I am starting to wonder if this circuit is even what it used to be, what it should be. I have severe doubts. Also, since this doesn't make any sense whatsoever, all those voltages on V6. I have to do some research for it. That it is analog, yes, okay. And it is 1, that's okay as well. I find it acceptable, but that the voltage, analog voltage is varying. That this would be 1 volt. 10 volts is not logical, because then it would blow up the Arduino. Is it then 1 voltage? What is it? So the weird thing is V6 changing value. Now I have put probe, yeah, I should put another probe there, not the purple one, but the dark blue one, and I'm putting it on the probe for V6. And all the probes are set to 5 volts. So from this line to this line is 5 volts, and that goes for each one. So if that's 5 volts, then why does it show 1022? Let's hit again. Yeah, let's press it. Doesn't really matter. And then C4 V6. And yes, I am keep pressing the probe. Increasing again. And just mind that red LED should come up shortly. I don't see it. Oh, by the way, I haven't seen that green LED either, which should lit up in case that all of V1 is 1. Now one loop is done. And waiting for the other one. Doesn't really look like it. Now it should be. Ah, look at that. Oh, wonderful. That is wonderful. So this indicates that in this round, in this loop, everything was 1. First time that I saw that happen. Anyway, V6 is 0. Oh, that's a revelation. Here, V1, this is all 1. So that green LED should lit up. 1 again, but V6 is 0 and V4 is 239. 239 versus 0. Then 544 versus 870. And V2 is not okay. This one is not okay. Next. 544 versus 544. 870 versus 852. Let's go on. Not okay. 645 versus 855. 858. And then the second one is okay again. So this LED goes. And here we have again strange things. Very, very, very strange. And of course I want to measure the voltage, but the voltage with this one is set to 5 volts and the line is 5 volts. So 5 volts is 873, but 837. But that doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense because it's either one or the other. 837, 858, 852. 870 and that's it. I thought I had the solution by just measuring the signal, but even that is a wrong assumption. And now it says nothing. So let me put it to earth. So how can this wire? Very weird. This gives an analog value, this wire. So how can this wire give a value of 800 something? Well, the voltage is 5 volts. Does it really make sense? And where is it again? I'm measuring here. Right here. So this is 5 volts coming through. But that's not 5 volts. Okay. I am doing something very wrong. Probably here. But what? So what I'm going to do, is break contact between the 5 volts and this resistor. This diode is blocking anyway, so if I remove it either here or here, doesn't really matter. Tool and pull, so oops, that was not the idea, this is the idea. So that's it. So it has 0 volts now. What does it do? And it still has on all signals the pulse width modulation. It still has them. Mind the LEDs, at least I hope that they are coming. Not doing much, if at all. Decreasing. This should be doing something. I don't see the red LED. Why do I not see a red LED blink? This isn't too comforting, I should say. Nope, nothing at all. That's not good. Another theory gone. Yeah, okay, never mind. Oh, look here. So what's with that signal? Weird. Is that the backlash? You would assume, more or less. Although I'm not quite sure. I will wait for the next time. Holding my hand as still as possible. And no, okay, never mind. So, oh, look at this. Look at this. 276 versus 22. That's a big difference. 241 against 79. And against 39. And 31. And 26. And 145. And again also, this one is okay, this is okay as well, so I should have seen an LED, which I didn't see. I didn't spot one. Not this time. And 118. I'm baffled. How can this be? How can it say there is an LED flash when I didn't see one? And I have interrupted the power because they are zero now here, and yet it gives a nice signal. This one is 0, so it is below the limit, below the threshold I should say, and yet what to do? Something I clearly don't get, but what? And with this latest experiment it hasn't gone any clearer. Quite the contrary, unfortunately. So yeah, the values have decreased, smaller values, but the oscilloscope shows nothing. So I'm still in the dark, and this circuit is no longer, well, kind of, and I'm talking about this in resistor inductor circuit. Anyway, I have to think about how to go on. Does this make sense? Because I thought it was fun to have Octave program and then do data acquisition, but if you don't even know what data you are gathering, you are acquiring, what use is it? Anyway, thanks for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel, give the video a thumbs up, leave a comment or suggestion. You can also follow me via Instagram and Twitter. Please donate to keep the videos coming to you. You can donate via PayPal and Wired, and you can also become a patron and have your name mentioned on my website, and depending on the pledge you make also with my videos. All information you can find under this video. For my website, lots of information, lots of visitors from all over the planet, and this is most likely going to be continued, hopefully with some explanations on how things are going. For now, thanks for watching, have a nice day.